like to call to order the meeting of the Hammond Capital Improvement Board for April 17th. If you'd please rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Moore.
Here.
Muda.
Here.
Prieto.
Here.
Spitali.
Here.
Tyler.
Here.
Warple.
Here.
Button.
Here. Let the record reflect that all members are present in chambers. Next item on the agenda, board, you should have received a copy of your meeting minutes for the meeting of April 3rd. For your review and consideration, the chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. It's been moved by Commissioner Prieto, properly seconded by Councilman Spitali to approve the meeting minutes for April 3rd. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore.
Yes.
Muda.
Yes.
Prieto.
Yes.
Spitali. Tyler.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Button.
Yes. Let the record reflect that all members are in favor. Next item on the agenda is a report on the work study session. Immediately prior to this meeting, we had a brief discussion about agenda items. Anything further? Nothing further. Next item on the agenda is funding. City Controller Megan Moore.
Thank you, Mr. President. Since our last meeting, the first district, the second quarter budget based off of the first quarter collections was released by our mayor. In this round, we received $1.84 million worth of funding. And then to date, including the expenditures that are before us tonight for approval, we will have allocated $5.65 million. And that will leave us at a budget of about $2.08 million that are unallocated at this time.
Thank you, Commissioner Moore. Is there any questions for Commissioner Moore? Hearing none. Next item on the agenda, item 7, is the matters from mayor, council, and other departments. Councilman Tyler, would you like to bring forward your request?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Believe about a week ago, I sent a letter to the Capital Improvements Board for consideration of a funding request for $50,000 to support with the, it's a little bit, as you described it, a bit more, I forget what words you used, but a bit more intensive than a general overlay on final portion of a project on roads between Lyons and Becker. The estimated cost, I think you said $266,000. So my request is that we use the overlay budget for 3rd District for a portion of that, and then for the remaining $100,000, I will want to split with the Capital Improvements Board. So I will use $50K from 3rd District Gaming Funds and request that the Capital Improvements Board support the other $50K for completion of that project. It's a legacy project. It was started about 10 years ago, never completed. So my hope is that we can get this done because the residents have been asking about when it was going to get completed for a very long time now. It'll help with some water retention issues that they're having over there that is damaging their property. When we get big rains, water pools up. So overlaying and adding a curb will help a lot over there. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Tyler. What's the pleasure of the board?
I make a motion to approve, subject to approval by the mayor.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Prieto, properly seconded by Councilman Warple, to approve funding of $50,000 contingent upon mayor's approval. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore.
Yes.
Muda.
Yes.
Prieto.
Yes.
Spitali.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Warple.
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries. All in favor. Any other matters from the mayor, council, or other departments? Councilman Kowinski.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Did I understand that you just passed funding for overlays for the third district?
Supplemental cost for overlays, yes, sir.
Which then brings me to the question, do we know the status of my requests for overlays in the district?
I'll have something for you later this week.
Thank you. The other matter is the handout I gave all of you is the result of the New Chicago Avenue Goslin Street project. And at the roundabout at Sheffield and Goslin, up to almost the estate line, you can see by the pictures that there's no grass. The greenery there is weeds. That was all new sod put in last spring. And by fall, I came before the board and let you know that that grass was failing then. But you can see now that it looks in terrible condition as a new road and an entryway to the city. And given that it was a CIB project, I thought I should come to you and let you know so that you can correct what's going on there.
This is a maintenance project and should be referred to Public Works Department, not the Capital Improvements Board. Thank you.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Wouldn't we consider going back to the contractor and say, this didn't pan out?
The warranty period is over on the grass.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Rakos.
Hello, everybody. I did not anticipate being here. I thought I was going to be in another meeting with one of the city's executive board or labor unions. I do want to, I noticed that councilmen have been coming up here, and generally what I do is I just go to engineering and tell them what I'm looking for, and so here I am, so people don't think that I'm, that I'm neglecting my duties. But first of all, I appreciate last year we got Vine done from Kennedy to Parrish as part of the Kennedy Avenue reconstruction that came out last minute. That was I appreciate the funding that went in for that, because sometimes we wait for years and years and all of a sudden it just happens, so I appreciate that. We also had Rhode Island and Ohio, and the year before we had 167th, and Grand the year before that. I do know I've submitted a couple things, but $1 million was passed for the whole city. That runs about $166,666.66, I think. Anyway. Whoa. You get the extra penny, though. I've submitted right now 173rd for Councilman Warple and I, between Kennedy and Orchard Drive, maybe Parrish definitely needs it. That would take care of two districts there. 169th, City Clerk Golick tells me all the time 169th is really rough between Kennedy and certainly Arizona, if not all the way to Parrish. That's another thing I have submitted. And 165th could always use, although I appreciate the crack and seal that's been done there, I would gladly like to see that. And I'd be willing to work with my funds as well to help supplement something with the CIB. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Rakos. Any other matters from the mayor, council, or other departments? Seeing none, item 8 is old business. Is there any old business? Item 9 is new business. Item 9A is a funding allocation for the redesign of Hammond Avenue North Approach at Sibley, supplemental right-of-way engineering services for First Group Engineering in the amount of $3,615. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Moore, properly seconded by Commissioner Muda, to approve the funding allocation. Is there any discussion? This is additional right-of-way engineering services needed to widen the north approach of Hammond at Sibley for a small amount of property taking. So this is a supplemental agreement with First Group. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Tyler,
Yes.
Warple,
Yes. Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Next item is item 9B, funding allocation, new traffic signal at the Sportsplex, geotechnical services with advanced engineering services in the amount of $11,850. Is there a motion to approve?
I will second.
Councilman Spitali makes the motion. Commissioner Muda makes the second. For the funding allocation for the geotechnical services at the Hammond Sportsplex. Is there any discussion? This is for geotechnical engineering services for the traffic signal design at the new Sportsplex and future YMCA. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Roll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Spitali. Yes. Tyler,
Yes.
Warple,
Yes.
Button.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Item 9C is a funding allocation for Homan Avenue Phase 1, change orders numbers 8 and 9 with Reith Riley Construction Company in the amount of $33,857.43. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Warple, properly seconded by Commissioner Moore for the change orders 8 and 9 for Homan Avenue Phase 1 with Reith Riley Construction Company. Is there any discussion? This is for additional subsurface foundation removal of the old Walgreen Drug building. Thank you. And additional maintenance of traffic needed for the water main redesign for the connection to the water main at, and sewer line at Sibley and Holman. Is there any other discussion? Any other discussion? We'll call on the motion.
Moore,
Yes.
Muda,
Yes.
Prieto,
Yes.
Spitali. Tyler,
Yes.
Warple,
Yes.
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Is there any other new business? Hearing none, public expression, Councilman Kalwinski.
Thank you. I meant to follow up with, as you said, you get back to me this week sometime about streets in this district.
Yes, sir.
My priority of streets to get done would be Johnson Avenue first, Caroline second, and 119th third. I'm sure we won't be doing all of those, but that would be the order of priority for what would serve the residents best. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman.
What was it, Johnson, what?
Any other public expression? Hearing none, the next meeting of the Capital Improvements Board will be scheduled for Monday, May the 1st. If there's nothing further for this board, I would ask for a call for adjournment.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.